Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well today. I'm out here ready for my weekend run, actually one of several. It's a holiday weekend here in the United States, July 4th weekend. We celebrate our independence.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
This weekend, very cool weekend, special weekend for us, but it also means that I'm off work. So it's going to be a great chance to get some training in. Today, not too bad, pretty easy run, but we're going to talk all about the Wasatch 100. Very, very exciting times coming up. The next 10 weeks, I'm going to be talking about pretty much nothing but the Wasatch 100. It is going to be amazing, and I'm so happy that you're along for the ride. All right, first, let's get a run in. What's going on, everybody? Dan, the Ultra Dad here. Hope you're doing well. Boy, I hope that wasn't a little overkill there. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I've been down in my studio here, and I thought it was time to get back to some basics here. So I hope you enjoyed my trail run today. I really had a good time out there. Beautiful weekend. Happy 4th to all you Americans out there. So it's always a nice weekend because work is off typically if it falls on a weekday. So Monday is the 4th, so we have a 3-day weekend, and very, very excited about that. So today we're going to talk all about the Wasatch 100-mile ultra marathon. So excited about this race. Going to be happening in September, and training begins now. So let's get into it. This morning I was out at Twin Creek, my typical training ground, went an easy 6 miles. You know, training for the next 10 weeks is going to be very interesting. I'm going to really put forth a huge effort to try to have a solid quality training block before the Wasatch 100. You may think, well, 10 weeks, that's not nearly long enough for a 100-mile ultramarathon. Keep in mind, I've been training for a couple different races up to this point, so I guess it's, my training is not just going to be 10 weeks. I just did a 54-mile DNF at Mohican, so I think that's been about a month now, just under, about 3.5 weeks. So that definitely is a good part of my training for the Wasatch 100. And I did do the Flying Pig marathon way back in May. So, building slowly on that progress, but the next 10 weeks are going to be critical to getting me to a place where I can run the Wasatch 100. So let's talk a little bit about that today. So I was working on my training block, my training plan last night. Had my little notepad out. I didn't bring it down here for you. But basically what I'm going to be doing is doing a pretty traditional training plan that emphasizes long runs on the weekends. So tomorrow I'm actually going to start with a half marathon trail run, just nice and easy. And I'm going to build from there. So half marathon tomorrow, next Sunday, 16 miles. And I'm going to go up 3 miles each week until I get to just around a trail marathon. So that will take about 5 or 6 weeks to get up to that point, slowly escalating every week. During the week, I'm going to be doing 3 or 4 fairly long runs, 7-8 mile runs, and then a couple light days in between to break it up a little bit. And on those easy days, those 3 mile days, I'm only going to do, I think, 1 3 mile day a week. So on those shorter days, I'm going to try to emphasize a little bit of intensity just to continue to work on my overall fitness as I prepare for this race. Once my long runs get up to about a 25-mile distance, then I'm going to try to do a long effort. So that'll be 5-6 weeks from now, one weekend. I haven't decided yet, probably the first weekend in August. I'm going to be a little flexible because I'd like to be able to get down to the Smoky Mountains to get a little bit of vertical, get a little altitude. It's not a lot, but, it's better than, 500 feet, which is what I have here in Ohio. So we'll see how that goes. Just a little preview on that. Don't know exactly when, like I said, and I don't know even if it's for sure going to happen yet. I'm going to be working on those plans here this next week or two, and we shall see. So after I get back from that long effort, and when I say long, I mean longer than 50 miles, most likely, then I'm going to back off a little bit the week after that, so week 6, 7, and just let the body recover a bit from that. But then I'm going to start ramping up again. So we're definitely doing the roller coaster here, where I'm going to build up, go down a little bit, then build up again. And I think my overall mileage should peak at around 80 miles. So that's a lot. I mean, my body has not trained like that ever before. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I hope it's not a big mistake. I hope I don't end up injuring myself in the process. But I think it is really, really important that I do it if I have any hope of success at the Wasatch 100. Now, we'll spend a lot of time on the Wasatch 100 in the future here as we get closer to the race. That's all I'm going to talk about probably for the next several months. But just as a little preview for you, it is a Western States 100 qualifier. It is a Hard Rock 100 qualifier. It's known as one of the most difficult 100-mile ultramarathons in the United States. And I think the big reason for that, there's a couple different reasons. One, the vertical gain. It's about a 25,000-foot ascent and descent during the race, so that is nothing to spit at for sure. That's extremely difficult. And then also the weather can be very hot, so the heat can be draining, and so that definitely adds to the challenge as well. Finally, the Wasatch 100 is very remote from what I'm reading. Aid stations are pretty minimal. They have them, of course, and they do a great job, but part of the lure of the Wasatch 100 is just that you're isolated out there, you're alone, and that can be a little bit demoralizing, but you know me, it's all about the adventure, so I'm very, very excited about that. So I am very, very excited to announce that I will have a crew for the Wasatch 100. It's going to be one of my most valued training partners, and overall, obviously most important people in my life, and that's my brother, Will. He is going to be joining me in Utah for the Wasatch 100. He's going to be crewing me probably will also pace me for some of the race. So that's going to be huge and a major factor in being able to successfully complete this crazy, crazy race. All right, so like I said, we will definitely be telling you a lot more about the Wasatch 100 as we get closer. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a preview as to that and kind of let you know what I'm thinking about right now and just how excited I am about this race. It's going to be amazing, going to be absolutely epic, and I cannot wait. So Utah, here I come. It's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to bring you along for the ride as far as my training and for the race itself, of course. All right, so what do you think about the Wasatch 100? If you know anything about the race, if you've run the race, I know a couple of my viewers have, mention below any thoughts or ideas, any advice you have for me as we embark on this journey towards the Wasatch 100 Ultra Marathon. It's going to be amazing, and I just cannot wait, man. So hope your training is going well out there. Hope you're enjoying this holiday weekend. And I think I'm going to leave it at that today. We will catch you in the next one.